Well, ladies and gentlemen, things are not looking good for the Fabled game that was supposed to release this year. The game that had an insane amount of controversy when it was first showcased because the protagonist was unbelievably ugly. You guys remember that picture? I don't got to show it to you. I'm sure the article has it. But still, you guys remember how absolutely insanely ugly the main character looks. She looked like she chewed on rocks and got hit with a brick. That's how ugly she was. Well, apparently, the game has been delayed for an entire year. But it's not just a delay that's happening. Apparently, Microsoft, after announcing the delay, has tried to re-excite fans of Fable, which, by the way, I'm a huge fan of the original Fable games. I love them so much. They're fantastic, and they give you a really amazing sense of just, I don't know, fantasy RPG exploration. I love those games. Apparently, they have now released a pre-alpha gameplay footage that, to be honest with you, aside from the super ugly main character, doesn't look that bad. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that Microsoft of today is going to find a way to try to wokeify the hell out of Fable. There's no doubt about it. I mean, just looking at the main protagonist, you can pretty much tell that she has hit every single ugly stick down the mountain of DEI. It's pretty obvious at this point. That doesn't necessarily mean that the game is going to be woke by any standard. I'm just saying from a development and design standpoint, it's pretty clear they're going for the modern audience. But besides all that, the game is still being delayed for an entire year. And I want to talk about that and go with the footage as well in this video. So let's get into this article. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says Fable has been delayed to 2026. Microsoft reveals brand new pre-alpha gameplay. It says we do these things for the best of the games and the teams. Well, tell that to Wonder Woman, who just got canceled officially today after the game was supposedly rebooted. And again, Warner Brothers was saying the same exact thing. We're just doing what is best for the video game. We're doing what is best for the team. Yeah, sure you are. You guys are in development hell and you don't want to admit it. And I think that's the same thing that's happening here, which is kind of sad because, again, when you see the footage, you got to realize it actually doesn't look that bad. Microsoft has delayed Fable from its 2025 release window to some point in 2026. Again, some point meaning random, while also providing a first look at brand new gameplay. Fable is the upcoming reboot of the Xbox franchise made famous by the now defunct Lionhead Studios. It's in the works at UK studio Playground, which is known for the much-loved Forza Horizon series of driving games. In the latest episode of the Xbox podcast, Craig Duncan, formerly Rare Studio head who took over as head of Xbox Game Studios last fall, moved to reassure fans that this new Fable game is definitely worth the wait. Now, again, I don't necessarily disagree because as we're about to see in this footage, it actually looks pretty good. Graphically, and the overall setting is definitely there for a Fable game. It's just the protagonist a lot of people are going to have trouble getting over, and I don't blame them because the protagonist, like I said, looks like they hit every single fucking ugly rock down the mountain of DEI. I just want to start with this. Really excited about progress, Duncan began. Really excited about where Playground are. We previously announced a date for Fable as 2025. We're actually going to give Fable more time, and it's going to ship in 2026 now. Well, I know that's not maybe the news people want to hear. What I want to assure people of that is definitely worth the wait. I have unequivocal confidence in the Playground team. If you think about their history and legacy for Forza Horizon, the last few games critically acclaimed, 92 Metacritic award-winning, beautiful, play great. I don't care about the awards, bro, because you guys are bought and paid for, all right? Journalists are bought and paid for. They are shills of the industry. They perform access media every single day. The last thing I care about is the critical reviews. I want to know what the players are saying. I want to know what gamers are saying about the video game. And I know Forza is well known, obviously, from gamers, so that's fine. But I'm saying, in terms of reviews, I don't care about that. And just what they're bringing to Fable as a franchise, just think of the visuals of what you expect of Playground games, plus amazing gameplay, British humor, Playground's version of Albion. So inspired by what's going on before the franchise, but their take, and quite frankly, the most beautifully realized version of Albion you've ever seen. So really excited about the plans and really excited about the future. I want the community to understand that while we do these things for the best of the games and the teams, and ultimately that results in the best game for the community. No, it doesn't. not every single time, unfortunately. All right, so this is the pre-alpha gameplay. I'm going to let it play. It's only 51 seconds. I'll let it play in its entirety, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Here we go. Oh, okay. I like the kicking the chicken at the end. That's a callback to some of the originals. So, okay. Now, graphically speaking, wow, does the game look good? I am not kidding. The game looks absolutely fantastic graphically speaking. There's no way you can look at this and say it looks terrible. I'm sorry. You'll be lying if that's the case. Let me put it on higher graphical fidelity so we can actually see this. Yeah, it looks fantastic, and the world of Albion just looks amazing. There's no doubt about it. Number one. Now, the main thing that calls out to me is two things, okay? Number one, the animations obviously look heavy. I really don't know how to explain it other than it looks heavy. The animations look a little bit janky in terms of the combat, and it definitely needs some polishing. There's no doubt about that. And number two, the obvious thing is going to be the protagonist, right? So from the side, she looks like a fucking dude. There's no doubt about it. But what they did do is they changed her face. If you guys notice, she didn't look like this in the beginning. She actually looks more like her actual motion capture actress now. Although they did still uglify her in a way, it doesn't look nowhere near what it used to back in the day. I'm going to pull up the picture of the original so you can see what I mean side by side. So if you guys look at this picture, this is what she originally looked like when they first revealed it way back when. And now this is what she looks like in the new gameplay trailer for the pre-alpha footage. So very clearly you can see that they changed up things quite a bit, and it might be subtle to some people, but it really shouldn't be. I can see the drastic differences between the two, especially in the eyebrows. Over here she has very bushy manly eyebrows, and over here they are much more defined, pretty typical of females, right? Even in the face as well, the face is a little bit more feminine, granted still fairly wide jaw, but whatever, looks a little bit more feminine. Over here, not quite. I don't know what was happening with the teeth. She had uneven teeth. It was all fucked up. I don't know what happened here. The freckles are definitely a little bit more realistic in this new footage, and over here, not quite as much. So again, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps it's different in graphics, perhaps it's different in builds. Who really knows? But at the end of the day, they definitely are trying to feminize her a lot more in comparison to whatever the hell this particular creature is. I don't know what they were thinking when they showcased this, especially that smile. Like, wow. Now, in terms of realism, I mean, obviously, this is Fable. It's a fantasy. I know some people are going to have an issue with this ugly creature fighting this other ugly creature, but at the end of the day, I don't mind it as long as it's sold properly and, you know, they can explain it in the story, explain it in the gameplay. But this looks good. I'm sorry. It does. Like, overall, the graphics, holy shit, this creature looks amazing, but the combat animations definitely, I mean, look at this field. Look at this field. The last time I saw graphics look this good was in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 when I was looking out into the fields. This is amazing. I mean, the graphics are definitely top tier, but in overall, the combat needs work. That's pretty much obvious. The combat definitely needs work because the animations are a little bit heavy and a little bit janky, and they just seem, I don't know, they seem a little bit too heavy, especially for a woman swinging a sword like this. I don't know. It's going to be a little bit of a hard sell, so I hope they fix it up a little bit and sell it a little bit better. But overall, I'm actually pretty interested in what they got cooking here. I wonder why they ended up changing her so much in comparison to before, considering that this is Xbox, and Xbox is known for doing certain things like that, let's just say. Especially recently with Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment and their ugly-ass characters. I think it's pretty safe to say that you would expect that from Xbox. So we'll see what ends up happening with Fable, but as of right now, we're not going to know anything until 2026, sometime that year. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.